If you're over 60, please listen closely. It might sound unbelievable, but a simple piece of fruit, something you've eaten for decades, could quietly increase your risk of stroke. No symptoms, no warning signs. You go to bed feeling normal, but by morning, you wake up unable to speak or move one side of your body. As a brain doctor, I've seen this happen too often, and not just because of smoking or processed food. Sometimes it's fruit. Yes, even fruits that are considered healthy can become risky as your body changes with age. After 60, organs like your kidneys, liver, and blood vessels don't handle sugar, potassium, or acid the same way. Add dehydration, medications, and slower circulation, and these once-safe foods can create silent threats. Let's begin with one of the most common fruits, fruit number 1. Banana sweet, soft and familiar, they're seen as a perfect snack. But as they ripen, their starch turns into sugar, dramatically raising their glycemic index. For aging bodies, especially with reduced insulin sensitivity, this sudden sugar spike can increase blood pressure, strain the kidneys, and trigger heart rhythm changes due to high potassium. Take Margaret, a 76-year-old librarian who added 2 overripe bananas to her morning smoothies. It seemed like a smart habit, until one morning she woke up dizzy and couldn't speak clearly. At the hospital, doctors diagnosed a mild stroke, noting her high potassium and blood sugar levels. The lesson? Bananas aren't bad, but overripe bananas on an empty stomach can be harmful. Margaret switched to smaller, greener bananas, added water and protein before eating, and her blood pressure improved. A simple change can make a big difference. Fruit, no number 2 grapes. Tiny and sweet, grapes seem harmless, tossed in salads, enjoyed with grandkids, or eaten as a snack. But grapes are packed with fast-absorbing sugars like glucose and fructose. For someone over 60, this sugar load on an empty stomach can spark inflammation in the arteries. The body reacts by forming tiny clots. They may go unnoticed at first, but over time, they quietly build risk. Evelyn, 79, loved snacking on grapes mid-morning while reading. Then one day, her hand trembled and she couldn't write clearly. A mini stroke, the doctors said, caused by blood sugar spikes and pre-diabetic changes. What went wrong? Grapes without protein allowed sugar to flood her bloodstream. The fix? Eat fewer grapes, never on an empty stomach. Pair them with nuts or cheese to slow sugar absorption, and always avoid them late in the day. Your body needs steady blood flow during sleep, not a sugar rush. Fruit, no number. 3 pineapple tropical, juicy, and often viewed as a healthy dessert. Pineapple contains a natural enzyme called bromelain. In small amounts, it helps digestion. In larger amounts, especially alongside blood-thinning medications, it can thin your blood too much. That raises your risk of brain bleeds, a more dangerous type of stroke. But that's not the only issue. Pineapple is high in sugar and acid. Eating it at night floods your system with sugar just as your metabolism slows down. That sugar lingers, stressing your blood vessels. The acid content can also trigger silent reflux at night, reducing oxygen to your brain, another stroke risk. Clara, 77, began replacing desserts with pineapple slices after dinner. It felt like a health upgrade, until she woke up dizzy and off balance. A posterior stroke was diagnosed. Tests showed high blood sugar, poor platelet function, and signs of nighttime oxygen drops. What caused it? A perfect storm. Bromelain, sugar, and acid, all from pineapple. The takeaway is simple. Eat small portions of pineapple, never before bed, and avoid it entirely if you're on blood thinners. Choose earlier hours, and always pair it with protein. Fruit, no number 4 watermelon. It seems harmless, 90% water, refreshing and hydrating. But watermelon is a natural diuretic, encouraging urination. For seniors already on water pills or blood pressure meds, it can silently lead to dehydration overnight. As we age, dehydration thickens the blood, making it more likely to form clots, especially in narrowed vessels. Combine that with low nighttime blood pressure, and a stroke risk forms quietly while you sleep. Howard, 82, loved his evening watermelon. It felt healthy, until one morning he collapsed getting out of bed. At the hospital, doctors found low blood pressure, dehydration, and a mild stroke. His well-meaning fruit habit had backfired. The solution: enjoy watermelon earlier in the day. Keep portions small. Add a pinch of salt or coconut water for electrolyte support. And if you're taking diuretics, consult your doctor. Don't let dehydration sneak up on you while you rest. Fruit number 5, seen as a vitamin C powerhouse, but citrus fruits, including oranges and grapefruit, contain a compound called furanocoumarin. This chemical interferes with enzymes in your liver that process many medications. For older adults on blood thinners, cholesterol meds, or blood pressure pills, this interaction can be dangerous. Your body may absorb too much or too little of the medication, throwing off balance and increasing stroke risk. Albert, 79, started every day with orange juice and his morning pills. Over time, he felt lightheaded and foggy. One day, he collapsed. A minor stroke followed, and his blood showed unusually high medication levels. The reason? The citrus had blocked his liver's ability to process his meds. The message here is clear: avoid citrus with medications. Don't take pills with orange or grapefruit juice. If you like the flavor, opt for a small squeeze of lemon in water instead. It's gentler and less likely to interfere. Fruit number 6, mango rich, sweet and comforting. Mangoes feel like nature's candy. But just 1 cup of mango contains nearly 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a glazed donut. For those over 60, it's a major blood sugar spike, and that invites inflammation and potential clotting. Mangoes also contain a compound called mangiferin, which affects liver enzymes involved in medication metabolism. That means drugs can accumulate in your body, increasing the risk of adverse effects. William, 83, swapped cookies for dried mango slices. Within weeks, he felt lightheaded. One morning, he collapsed. A mild stroke followed. Blood tests showed his meds had built up to dangerous levels. His liver, slowed by mangiferin, couldn't process them fast enough. The takeaway: eat mango in small portions only during the day and never dried. Always pair it with healthy fat or protein to reduce sugar spikes. And if you're on medication, ask your doctor before making mango a regular part of your routine. You don't need to fear fruit, but you do need to respect it. The aging body processes sugar, potassium, and acid differently. Medications change how your body interacts with food, and even the healthiest fruit can become risky if eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong way. So here's how to stay safe. Eat fruit earlier in the day. Keep portions small. Never eat fruit alone on an empty stomach. Always pair it with protein or fat. Avoid fruit right before bedtime. And talk to your doctor if you're on any medications that could interact with certain fruits. Because your brain and heart deserve protection. You've earned your wisdom. Now it's time to eat with awareness, clarity, and strength. Goodbye, and take care of your health, PLs.